My name is Adrian Nanchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. And I'm going to talk about how to generate content to generate traffic simply based on your ideas. And it's this, essentially. Take what you know, break it down to an emotional angle, and with that emotional angle, create content that simply talks about or advocates or informs people in relation to that emotional angle based on what you are selling or what you're promoting. So let's put it this way. I wrote some books recently based on my knowledge, which is to do with entrepreneurship and business and marketing. So I'm now taking those books, those topics. Let's say topic X. Topic X, and then I'm saying, why is topic X important? It's important because of 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm looking at each of those and saying, why is 1 important? Because A, B, and C. Why is 2 important? A, B, and C. And then I'm looking at those and saying, why are those important? A1 is important because X, Y, Z. And A2 is important because X, Y, Z as well. So I'm breaking down what it is I'm selling to an emotional angle so as to appeal to a customer. When I break down what it is I'm selling, I can then use that specific, why it's important, that specific angle to create content for, or using my communication or using my marketing. Because that angle, when you do it correctly, you write it correctly and advocate the product, interweave the product in there, then people who have that specific problem or have that specific interest can then find you, and the paper trail will lead them to your product or service with a simple call to action. There's other phrases you could use as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be, why is it important? You could use things like, why is it relevant? Why is it reliable? Why is it funny? Why is it unique? Why is it memorable? Almost any other adjective in the world that you can use to break down what it is you're selling. Because the concept behind it is this. When you are selling weed killer to your customers, don't talk about your weed killer. Don't talk about your ingredients. Talk about their crabgrass. Join the conversation that is happening in their head already. Have you heard of AIDA? Attention, interest, desire, action. I think there ought to be a fifth one, which is before awareness, or before attention, which is dialogue. What conversations are happening inside the customer's head already? What complaints are they having about other products? What problems are they having? What issues are they thinking about? What dilemmas are they facing? And when you can break down the benefits and services and features of your product or service so as to find that gap between the problem they're having with the conversation they're having in their head and what it is your product can do at an intangible emotional angle, its benefit or the reward or whatever, then you can connect that bridge and raise the awareness, and thus help to raise the interest and help to raise the demand, and the more likely they are to actually buy and go to the action. So join the conversation that's happening in their head. When you're selling weed killer, don't talk about your weed killer ingredients, talk about their crabgrass. Join the conversation that's happening in their head. We all like to buy, but we don't like to be sold to. So we like to buy, we like to spend money, we like to buy stuff, I like to buy books, I like to do stuff with my money, but we don't like to be sold to. This is why a lot of people, when they go into a supermarket or a store, when the customer services guy comes up to us and says, do you need any help? The more than likely reaction is to say no, because we perceive it as intrusive or salesy. But if you join the conversation that's happening already in their head, they can see the potential benefit even before you've introduced a price tag or what the product is or stuff like that. The more likely they are to go along with the ride, so to speak. And you can take all your knowledge, imagine a great big pie, and how many slices or how many different ways can you break down your knowledge, thus equals to the amount of topics that you can then say, why is it important, why is it relevant, why is it reliable about your product or service. And you can potentially come up with 100 ideas for videos, 10 ideas for books, stuff like that. It's endless, and all this information you got in there can be packaged into books, videos, blogs, infographics, ebooks, etc, etc, etc. It's information, it's intellectual property, and there are potentially infinite ways of packaging and sharing intellectual property online. So a quick recap. Take what you know and break it down. Why is it important? Why is it relevant? Break it down so as to find the emotional angle that will help the customer to give a damn about what you're selling. And the more stuff that you can create that's evergreen and it brings value and a few other things like that, valuable, rare, cannot be imitated, cannot be substituted, and evergreen, the more of these you can, like checklists, the more of these you can ensure your content is, the more long-term, more longevity it has, and the more attention it will grab from your customers, because they'll find it. How cool is that? Take your subject, break it down. How weird is that? So, if this is the first time to the channel, subscribe, because this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. Subscribe, and you'll see more of me soon. How cool is that?